Hey, good afternoon. It's Red Pill 66 and it's Wednesday afternoon, 1:32 p.m., 127, 2021. And there's a lot of news out today. First of all, did you hear about the Department of Homeland Security's new warning? Acting Secretary of DHS directs a review of immigration enforcement practices and policies. Today, Acting Department of Homeland Security Secretary Pekoski signed a memorandum directing Department of Homeland Security components, including Customs and Border Protection, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, in the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, to review and reset enforcement policies and set interim policies for civil enforcement while the department develops its final priorities. For 100 days, starting January 22nd, 2021, DHS will pause removals for certain non-citizens ordered deported to ensure we have a fair and effective immigration enforcement system focused on protecting national security, border security, and public safety. The pause will allow DHS to ensure that its resources are dedicated to responding to the most pressing challenges that the United States faces, including immediate operational changes at the southwest border in the midst of the most serious global public health crisis in a century. Throughout this interim period, DHS will continue to enforce our immigration laws. And my hope, honestly, is that we have enough deportations for people that come here illegally. We're going to be dealing with this crap all over again with illegal immigrants, no matter where they come from, putting a strain on our system. The one thing that Donald Trump did do for us was he was able to stop a lot of that. Come in the right way. Prior to Donald Trump getting into office, that was one of my biggest complaints. I've gotten beat up, harassed prior to that election about it doesn't matter how people come in. Well, actually, it really does matter how they come in, because you have a lot of people that have come here legally. They've gone through the proper channels to start their immigration process, and they're jumping the line, and that isn't right. Come in through a port of entry, have your correct paperwork. You need to have a sponsor. And I also think when they come over, they should automatically be inoculated for everything, because they're going to be bringing in diseases that we've eradicated in this country. But there was also something else that came out today, and that's the immigration one. And there was another one on, oh yes, here we are. The Department of Homeland Security Bulletin, date issued Wednesday, January 27th, 2021 at 11 a.m. The National Terrorism Advisory System Bulletin. And here is the summary. The Acting Secretary of Homeland Security has issued a National Terrorism Advisory Bulletin due to the heightened threat environment across the United States, which the Department of Homeland Security believes will persist in the weeks following the successful presidential inauguration. Well, I beg to differ about the successful, but that's neither here nor there. Information suggests that some ideologically motivated violent extremists with objections to the exercise of governmental authority and the presidential transition, as well as other perceived grievances fueled by false narratives, could continue to mobilize or incite or commit violence. So there are some details here, but I need to adjust the light here because I don't know why it's so bright in my face. So maybe I'll come this way. Turn my mic around a little bit. There we go. Hold on. That's better. Okay. So yeah, this light's too bright. Hold on a second. Let me lower that down a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So throughout 2020, domestic violent extremists targeted individuals with opposing views engaged in First Amendment protected nonviolent protest activity. Motivated, oh, I hate it when I stumble over words, but anyway, motivated by a range of issues, including anger over COVID-19 restrictions, the 2020 election results, and police use of force, have plotted and on occasion carried out attacks against government facilities. Long-standing racial and ethnic tensions, including opposition to immigration, has driven DVE attacks, including a 2019 shooting in El Paso, Texas, that killed 23 people. They're going that far back? Okay. DHS is concerned these same drivers to violence will remain throughout early 2021, and some DEV, I don't know why I even want to say that because it comes out wrong. DVEs may be emboldened by the January 6, 2021 breach at the U.S. Capitol building in Washington to target elected officials in government facilities. Now, I'm going to read on a little bit, but I have a little bit of issue with what they just said. You have your that's a little better. Oh, didn't mean to turn it off. What happens when I turn it off? Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. I got a little bit of a light there. Is it coming from? Yeah, coming from my phone. I get it. So let me turn my light back on. Okay. Anyway, here we go. The racial, no, not even that. The incitement for violence started from the Democratic Party. It started from Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, Chucky Schumer, the squad, all of them. They're the ones who incited violence when Donald Trump first became the nominee and when he's first in office. Enough rhetoric went on that you had the shooting of the Republican Party at the baseball field during a practice that they never, ever, ever condemned anybody for that. And yet people like myself and some other people, friends of mine who are conservatives or were Donald Trump supporters, were pretty much told anything we have to say, that's going to be considered treason. Since when is having a political opinion treason? Most supporters of the president, former President Trump, that actually we're nonviolent people. And it doesn't matter what group you're in. Republicans, Democrats, liberals, leftist, extreme right. You're going to have people that have anger issues. People that watched Donald Trump be viciously attacked since getting the nomination. And everything that started with Russia, going after him for that. And then going to dealing with that over and over again, calling him a racist, a homophobe, a xenophobe, just so many different things. So if you look now, and you can't really see him behind me, and I'll move so that you actually can see him. And my microphone, of course, is in the way. But anyway, he was viciously attacked, called the most awful things out there. And unfortunately, some things never changed. I listened to and actually seen things written that were just horrible. Horrible, the most horrible things I had ever heard about a president or anything like that. President, just nasty things that were said. And it doesn't make any sense to me why that stuff was allowed. And it is rather horrible. If you listened, we had to listen to this stuff for 4.5 years. I don't even know how he was as strong as he was, to be honest with you, because he really, really, really had had to fight every single day. Every day for his agenda. And the stuff that he actually got done, believe it or not, during this time was absolutely incredible, the amount of stuff that he actually got done. And then you had the sham impeachment. But we'll get into that shortly because there's some news on that front with the second sham impeachment. But I'm going to finish this quick article from the Department of Homeland Security. Alrighty. So DHS is concerned these same drivers to violence will remain through early 2021, and some DVEs may be emboldened by the January 6th, 2021 breach of the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, D.C. to target elected officials and government facilities. DHS remains concerned that homegrown violent extremists inspired by foreign terrorist groups who commit 3 attacks targeting officials in 2020 remain a threat. Okay. Threats of violence against critical infrastructure, including the electric, telecommunications, and healthcare sectors, increased in 2020, with violent extremists citing misinformation and conspiracy theories about COVID-19 for their actions. DHS as well as other federal agencies and law enforcement partners will continue to take precautions to protect people and infrastructure across the United States. So I really hope that that means Portland, Oregon, that they're finally going to crack down on all this stuff, because this is just the stuff that's been going on is just crazy, 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 crazy. And things that I saw with that is they don't care that Joe Biden is the president. They're actually looking for revenge. So there's never going to be peace in this country. But the first thing they need to do is go after those particular groups that were designated as terrorist organizations, because they do terrorize people. So Antifa, your extremists, BLM, which is part of the underground weather, the weather underground. Yes, that's it. And those people should all be put into should all be checked. Yes, they should all be have their backgrounds checked, and they should be investigated. That's it. That's the word I wanted. My brain was just going. So anyway, DHS remains committed to preventing violence and the threat to intimidate or coerce specific populations on the basis of their religion, race, ethnicity. I can't say it, ethnicity. Yes, I can't. Do you ever have one of those words you just can't say? Identity or political views. DHS discovers. Oh, wait a minute. DHS encourages. That was a Freudian slip, I'll tell you. Local, tribal, and territorial homeland security partners to continue to prioritize physical security measures, particularly around government facilities, to protect people and critical infrastructure. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm struggling so bad today. Anyway. So, how they want you to be prepared. You ready? You ready? Avoid large crowds, including protests, is the safest due to ongoing pandemic conditions. However, if taking a part in protests, do so peacefully, safely, and wear a mask. Well, we're protesting wearing masks, so we don't wear them. Be responsible for your personal safety. Make note of your surroundings and security personnel. Carry emergency contact as well as medical and other needs for information with you. Stay informed. Local, state, and federal agencies will provide specific information about emerging threats as additional information is identified. The public is encouraged to listen to local law enforcement and public safety officials. Okay. So what I see happening now is that they're going to elevate these threats against Republicans and conservatives. most people that I know that were card carrying members of the Republican Party have all changed their affiliation to unenrolled. Why? Because we're sick of the um I shouldn't read text messages when I'm doing this. Anyway, yeah, just because we are done with the GOP, we don't want to deal with them anymore. I am unsubscribing constantly to the GOP, the RNC. I don't want the stuff anymore, and I'm not going to donate one more penny to them. Here we are in the middle of a pandemic. People are struggling, and they're trying to get money from us. They can go pound sand. Go pound sand. Okay, so now, what else was what did I want to look at? Oh yeah, we could talk about the sham. The sham impeachment number 2. As you all know, the absolutely horrible, disgusting Democrats that are in Congress and in the Senate as well, but we're going to talk about Congress first. They are so afraid of what's going to happen in 2022 that they wanted to damage Donald Trump. They were deathly afraid that information was going to come out, and they wanted to stop it from coming out. So they want to be able to shut him up. They want to damage his reputation. And like I was saying, if they had done this for 4.5 years, you could say almost 5 years, because they really thought Hillary was going to win. So they rushed that impeachment through without any real debates anywhere. They took the vote on it yesterday or Monday. I don't know if it was Monday or Tuesday. They had the Congress, the impeachment managers walk over the article of impeachment, and they had Swalwell in that group. I still can't believe that he's even on committees after what was found out with him being involved with a spy from China that, he probably told her some things, just like Dianne Feinstein with her driver. And they gave her a warning, and she got rid of that driver, but the damage was already done. Then you had, they did not do the same for Donald Trump with supposedly Russia, supposedly Ukraine, which all that stuff was proven false. But they didn't afford him that same thing when George Papadopoulos when everything that went down with him, and then what they did to Carter Page. They could have very easily gone to Donald Trump and said, listen, you have somebody within your sphere that may have some ties to Russia. He could have at that point made a decision to make those changes. And they didn't give him that opportunity because they wanted to hang him. So now you have that we had to listen to, and then come to find out during his whole presidency, he had people around him that were just stabbing him in the back over and over and over again. That poor guy. And now I'm laughing as people are starting to realize how Biden lied. Lying Biden. Yes, he's a liar. Gas prices are already going up. And prices are going to go up on everything. Everything. Let's see. Wait, that's that. Let me see if anything's just come up here. Okay, let's see. So, if you've been following Michael Flynn, have you been following Michael Flynn? Because I have for quite a while. He actually now, his brother, Lieutenant General Charles Flynn, brother of Michael Flynn, tapped to head U.S. Army Pacific. Pentagon officials have announced that Lieutenant General Charles Flynn, the former sibling of former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, is being assigned to head the U.S. Army Pacific. The Chief of Staff of the Army made the announcement as part of the range of general officer assignments, according to the January 25th statement from the Department of Defense. Flynn, who was previously approved to become a 4-star general, has been serving as Deputy Chief of Staff G357, U.S. Army, under a new assignment. Flynn will be posted at the headquarters of the U.S. Army Pacific at Fort Shafter, Hawaii, where he will serve as the commanding general. The U.S. Army Pacific is the Army component unit of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command and provides an oversight and control of Army operations in its area of responsibility, with the exception of the Korean Peninsula. In recent years, Flynn commanded the 25th Infantry Division in Hawaii, after which he became Deputy Command General of the U.S. Army Pacific Command, according to his bio. Flynn is a graduate of the U.S. Naval War College, where he earned master's degrees in national security and strategic studies. He also obtained a master's degree in joint campaign planning at the National Defense University. His awards and decorations include the Distinguished Service Medal, Legion of Merit, Bronze Star, and the Defense Meritorious Service Medal. Flynn, along with other Pentagon staff, faced scrutiny in recent days over the deployment of National Guard troops to the U.S. Capitol as mobs breached the building on January 6th. Washington city officials and Capitol Police have alleged that the Pentagon was slow in responding to a request for from the National Guard in quelling the riot. Flynn told the Washington Post he was in the room for several minutes during the call when local officials made the request for the National Guard support. Then Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sund, who since resigned, told the Washington Post on January 10th interview that the top Army official on the call, later identified as Lieutenant General Walter E. Platt, the director of Army Staff, said, "I don't like the visual of the National Guard standing a police line with the Capitol in the background." So it looks to me like General Flynn, they've got some great lineage in that family. They really, really do. So let's go back to talking about the impeachment, right? Because I got off track with that one. The actual the impeachment managers brought everything over and then delivered them to the Senate, which I'm sure Chucky Schumer, I like saying that, was so excited to get them. Then you had Rand Paul yesterday bring up the vote, and you had not to bring the not to have the impeachment done at the Senate, and all but 5 senators, Republican senators, backed Rand Paul, which, when you think about this, that shows you even more the rhinos that we have in the Senate. You know, we have Mittens, Collins, I can't think of who the other ones were, but anyway, I'm sure that will come up here. So that was 50, I think it was 50 senators that are not going to vote to convict. And you need 2/3 of a majority to be able to convict in the Senate. So, you know, you have who I call the imperial leader, Joe Biden. He was forced to admit that they won't be able to railroad Donald Trump. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to have the votes to convict in the Senate. And, you know, there was rumors out there that the Senate, some of the senators wanted to be able to vote secret ballots. That's what they wanted, secret, to hide it from their constituencies. And the uproar, and I know a lot of people made phone calls and called their senators and said, if you vote to convict Donald Trump while he's not in office, and you let this sham go through, this will be the last time you're in office because you will not be reelected. And this is actually great news. It's all going to be political TV. Only plus side to this is that Donald Trump gets to defend himself. And he'll be able to put out there all the information that they've been trying to hide. I'm just trying to look at something now. All right, there we go. Everything's good. Everything that they've been trying to hide, and he'll get it out there. And you can't say that it's fake news. Okay, so but when you look at how much of a sham that is, these freaking politicians have wasted so much money trying to destroy somebody that 74 to 80 million people, and some people believe 100 million people, that voted for Donald Trump. They are people are not going to forget. And all the stuff that they have done to not give Donald Trump a win, this is what we had to deal with for 4 years while he was in office. And now we're going to deal with even more crap from them. They just, let's bring it down here, maybe a little closer so I can lean back. Sorry, guys. Let's do this. Yeah, that's better. Okay, anyway, so you have all this time's wasted, all this money, and it's just been crazy what they've done to people, the lives that they have ruined. And I'll tell you, I'll be very happy when this is over. Very happy when this is over. And let's just, I don't think I have any new breaking news right now. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for now. This was just a test. I wanted to run a new software. So I'm going to say goodbye right now. I have some other things I need to play with, and we will catch you on the flip side.